Water has always been an important resource to the city of Bremerton, yet too often we take it for granted. We assume it will always be there when we need it. We assume our businesses will have all the water they need to accomplish their work and support our jobs. We assume our streams, lakes, and inlets will be clean and enjoyable sources of recreation, providing homes to wildlife and marine life. We assume our drinking water will always be available and safe to drink. Water is a vitally important natural resource, but keeping it available and clean takes planning and hard work. The water we use every day follows a constant cycle, traveling over, under, around, and throughout our community. Rain falling from clouds to the ground replenishes our water supply. Some of that water falls directly into surface waters, lakes, streams, and inlets. Some ends up as runoff, flowing from hard surfaces into those surface waters. Rain falling onto porous surfaces soaks into the ground, filling underground reservoirs known as aquifers. Bremerton relies on surface water and groundwater for drinking water supplies, which are channeled through pipes to homes and work sites. We use that water in countless ways, then send much of it down drains and through our sewer system to our wastewater treatment plant for cleaning and discharge back to Sinclair Inlet. From there, it evaporates, rising into rain-forming clouds and starting the cycle all over again. Surface water from the Union River Reservoir is Bremerton's major source of water. The reservoir can hold 1.4 billion gallons of water and provides approximately 60% of Bremerton's water supply. Kitsap Dam was built by the city in the mid-1950s to help manage that supply and ensure a consistent flow from the reservoir to the Union River even during dry weather conditions. The dam crest extends over 500 feet. It is 130 feet high and sits over 600 feet above sea level. Because of this elevation, gravity draws the water down the river, thus saving power and pumping costs. One exceptional feature is Bremerton's ownership of the land surrounding this major water source. Bremerton owns 98% of the watershed lands that drain into the Union River Reservoir, a total of almost 3,000 acres, and maintains these as forest land. Bremerton owns an additional 5,000 acres of forest lands that are sustainably managed. This allows the city to protect the water supply from other kinds of land use and human activity that typically threaten water supplies in other areas. Protection of the water supply is the reason these lands are not open for public access. The other 40% of Bremerton's water supply comes from wells drawing on underground water supplies. 13 production wells are located throughout the Bremerton area, adding water to the total system. Building and maintaining a system to transport all this water from its surface and underground sources throughout the city and surrounding areas has been the responsibility of the city of Bremerton since 1917. Making sure the water stays clean during that transportation process is one of the city's most important water management jobs. To meet its responsibility, the city regularly tests for physical, chemical, and bacteria content. Water quality is regulated by the State Department of Health. Bremerton's water supply is continued to meet all state and federal requirements, even with continuing increases in regulations over the years. Our water quality has been so well maintained that Bremerton is one of the few surface water systems in the country not currently required to build a costly water filtration system. Disinfection and pH control are the only treatments required because the water quality is so high. Disinfection takes place when chlorine is added and the water is exposed to ultraviolet light at the Advanced Disinfection Facility. Then the pH of the water is increased at the Corrosion Control Facility. Over 300 miles of pipe carry the water to homes, businesses, government offices, and industrial sites throughout Bremerton and portions of Kitsap County. Our valuable water supply serves about 60,000 people, with an average of 7 million gallons per day. On peak use days, the demand can double, especially when outdoor water use is at its highest. We use water for drinking, cooking, cleaning, watering lawns and gardens, and for countless other purposes. This translates into an average of about 100 gallons per day for every person. Before the water we used can be returned to the environment, it must be cleaned. Wastewater traveling down drains and through the sewer system is cleaned at Bremerton's West Side Secondary Wastewater Treatment Plant. About 4.5 million gallons of wastewater are treated here every day. This is a secondary treatment plant, meaning that it uses both physical and biological processes to clean and treat wastewater. Bremerton's award-winning treatment plant was built in 1985, and it is permitted and regulated by the Washington State Department of Ecology. The wastewater we send down the sewer system is joined by stormwater runoff in older parts of the system, which is known as a combined sewer system. When these sewers were constructed, it was a common and accepted practice to collect both stormwater and wastewater together in one pipe system. The problem was that during storms, the additional runoff into the system caused combined sewer overflows into Puget Sound. To reduce combined sewer overflows, the city completed an aggressive program including construction projects and downspout separations from the sewer. The frequency of overflows was reduced by more than 99%. A new combined sewer overflow treatment plant was built in East Bremerton in 2001. Bremerton was the first complex sewer system in the state of Washington to comply with strict combined sewer overflow regulations. This large project took 20 years and $50 million to complete and resulted in Bremerton being recognized by the state as a Puget Sound champion. Although major improvements have been achieved, urban stormwater is one of the largest water quality challenges facing the city and Puget Sound. As the area of paved surfaces increases, less rainwater soaks into the ground, and more of it becomes stormwater rushing down streets and sidewalks where it can pick up contaminants. Stormwater that enters storm drains flows directly, untreated, into Puget Sound. Discharges from stormwater systems to surface waters of the state are regulated by the Washington State Department of Ecology. Bremerton must comply with all conditions of the Western Washington Municipal Stormwater Permit. After treated wastewater and stormwater rejoin our local surface waters, they evaporate up into clouds. Here, the cycle begins again. Besides clean water, there's another byproduct of wastewater treatment, the solid material known as biosolids. This material has gone through the full treatment process, but still has value for fertilizing and soil building. Bremerton uses this product in a beneficial way to help grow trees in a small portion of the forest land it owns. In this way, the city uses the resource from treating water, biosolids, to generate another resource, dollars, from the sale of harvested trees. Bremerton's forest management practices are designed to complement and protect the city's water resources. The biosolids are used only in specially selected and permitted areas of forest land, safely away from water supplies, to further help protect those waters. The city monitors surface water, groundwater, and soil to ensure the environment is protected. The biosolids have produced demonstrated results in improved tree growth. This is shown through longer, thicker needle growth and deeper green color. The income from harvesting these trees directly supports the water system. This reduces income needed from the city's water customers. The city of Bremerton has been planning ahead and working hard to manage water resources for the benefit of everyone living, working, and visiting here. But water management is everybody's business, since each of us controls how we use this precious product every day. It's important for us to realize that our water supplies are not unlimited. As our city and county grow, the demands on our water supply continue to increase. Using water wisely is a responsibility we each share. Here are a few ways you can help preserve our water supply and water quality. First, you can help conserve water in your own home, simply by not wasting it. Fix faucet drips and toilet leaks. Don't leave water running as you brush your teeth or shampoo your hair. Operate dish and clothes washers only when full. Reduce lawn watering to 1 inch per week. Plant native vegetation, which requires minimal or no extra watering. Using native plants will also require less or no chemical fertilizer. Second, help reduce pollution. Cut down on the use of toxic chemicals and be sure to properly dispose of those you do use. Please, don't pour chemicals down storm drains or sinks. Remember, only rain goes down the storm drain. To reduce stormwater pollution, there are 4 actions you can take that will make a big difference. Practice natural yard care. Pick up pet waste and dispose of it properly. Use a commercial car wash. And fix vehicle leaks. Water touches and supports all of our lives as it travels over, around, and through our homes, work sites, and environment. Actions we take today will determine the future of this resource for future generations. Please join your city in practicing responsible water management habits. The most important thing you can do is to learn more about the water resources in your community. For more information on conservation and pollution prevention, call the City of Bremerton Public Works and Utilities Department or visit the city's website.